Hello, hey. So what we got today for a demo video is something completely boring, rudimentary, but it's like an unnecessary, very necessary evil, unless you want to pay for cutting. So if you're doing a small project at home, you could pay Kelly Paper $40 to cut your paper, or you could do it yourself. So what we got here is what's called a cutting jig. And this is a method that you could do at home and cut every single piece of paper to size, the same exact size, with nothing but a metal ruler, an X-Acto, some 3-point registrations, and register pins. So anyways, what I'm cutting is the size of an envelope. I'm going to do a little piece of art. I'm going to print what I demoed in my last video on an envelope sized piece of cardstock. So I got my credit card bill and I measured my envelope, and it's okay. I never knew what size an envelope was. It's 4 inches by 9¼ inches. So anyways, I measured that area out and I figured that I could get several out of an 11 by 17 sheet. And I drew my lines. So this is my finished size. So cut, 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 cut. So what I did, I just taped a piece of paper down squarely on the table, set up a 3-point registration just like when I was printing. You know, little pieces of plastic, cut up credit card, cardboard, whatever it is, right up against the edge of the paper. And then, because I have my lines drawn, what I did next was I set up these little things, register pins, old school graphic arts thing. You could still buy these at McLogan Supply, different manufacturer. These, I think, are no longer made anymore by this manufacturer, but you could probably find them on eBay. So I set the register pins, taped them to the table, and I aligned, see, look, see my line I drew, my cut, lined it up to the register pins. See how the register pins stop against a little bead on there? Now, if you can't find these, if you had a piece of sheet metal and you cut it, drilled a hole in it and put a pop rivet or something, or Gorilla Glued a little button to it, same thing, they're just stops. Okay. So I got my material in the 3-point registration. I'm gonna remove the tape. Okay, so I'm gonna do my first cut and make sure that those metal rulers firmly against the stops and it's in the 3-point registration. Oh. Okay, there's that piece. Okay, double check to make sure it's in the stop. And believe it or not, that's the most efficient way to do this, is to throw it on the floor. If you try to neatly pile the paper on the table, the scrap, you'll spend lots of time. If you were to cut 1,000 pieces of paper with this method by hand, they would all be the same size. Okay, look at that. There we go. Slide it over, put it in the 3 points, make sure that the ruler is against the stops. Okay, so now look at this. They are all the same size, just like a machine cut it. My end piece is slightly different because that's the way the math worked out. So I'm keeping those in a separate stack. I can still use these for these projects, but I want to keep them separate so I don't line up to the odd man out here. So anyways, this is tedious, this is boring. Imagine doing 1,000 sheets, but you could do it at home with an X-Acto knife, a metal ruler, and a simple setup. Anyways, tune in next time.